You're a cockroach.
Yeah, absolutely. So
You also got a nose piercing.
yeah,
Not very hotel-y.
officially, I'm the first person in Mandarin Oriental group who's allowed to show his tattoo on shift. I told myself I will never move to Moscow because I'm one of those guys who hates Moscow.
How to get cancelled by my own channel. 3 cents, thank you so much for being a partner. Every episode I do of Bar Talks. Welcome to another episode of Bar Talks. I'm here in Hong Kong in the Dead Poets, a bar that is basically a child that was born 2 days ago. We're here with Nikita, one of the co-owners of this wonderful place. You are a transplant from a different country, from Russia. You've moved into Asia more than 9 years ago, right?
8 years, yeah.
Most bartenders around the world wish they could open a bar. Not only that, most bartenders dream of moving to a different country for more opportunity or to learn something new, to travel and see the world. Not to mention, most people want to have success in cocktail competitions and get a name out there. You've managed to nail all of three. You've left and moved to two different countries. You're now opening your own venue. Well, you've opened your own venue. You're well known in the industry, both locally, regionally, and internationally. How did you do it?
Yeah, well, actually, everything just happened by accident. Well, I never planned to move out anywhere. Obviously planned that one day gonna open something because it's everyone's dream as a bartender. But I actually was in love in my city, in my country, especially in St. Petersburg. I told myself I will never move to Moscow because I'm one of those guys who hates Moscow, just like the people there. But yeah. But yeah, I was just very lucky. I was doing consultancy around Russia, and it was not far away from Asia. I was in Vladivostok. So it was my birthday week. We decided that, okay, it'll be cool just to visit Hong Kong because a couple of our friends still living here, such as Kirill Runkov. And it happens like rarely because I just fall in love with the city and everything just got changed in my mind. I came back home to Russia and I couldn't stop thinking about the other countries and opportunities. So I thought like I was like 22, 21. I was like, okay, cool, I'll try just for 1 year. Nothing bad gonna happen. I'll just gain one year experience in Asia and maybe I'll come back home, maybe I'll just stay. But it never happened. It's just, you just, when you're starting to do something, you're just getting so into that. And every year was new challenge, more experiences, a lot of new people I met. I went through hotel industry, private clubs, cocktail bars, beer places. The thing was like, I always had one problem in my life because I was always trying to find someone who can be my mentor. Like I always like, oh, okay, cool, I'll move to Asia, I'll find a mentor. But then I got a title as a head mixologist.
But you've gone from a different alphabet, not exactly a popular country, internationally speaking, to a whole different region. What was the moment, the crucial moment where you were like, I'm gonna do it?
I think that actually my friends, it's just because like I had an opportunity. I just got like a job offer from country I never heard about. That was Macau. I thought like maybe it's something next to Monaco or something like that. I don't know what's that. Then they said that Asian Las Vegas. I was like, okay, cool. Then they told the brand is pretty big. And I never heard about this brand. That was Mandarin Oriental because in Russia we don't have Mandarin Oriental, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. Then actually the salary comparing to Russian salaries were pretty high, which for Asian standards, like Hong Kong, Macau is not. So I was like,
what was the salary?
My first salary was 14,000 Hong Kong. That's something like 1.5k euro, yeah.
And you didn't get that in Russia?
Oh, in Russia I had like more, like half of it.
Oh, wow.
And that time I was managing Imbibe with Michael, and we were opening one more venue, so we kind of like were in charge of two venues. So plus tips, right? So it's like 700 euro a month. That's what you were earning as a bar manager, working like 6 days a week. You don't get paid on your days off, this Russian classic standard shit.
Perfect.
No insurance, nothing, like, yeah, maybe you're lucky to earn enough money this month, maybe you're not. And then like when you're living like this, making decisions just to like, oh, let's check it out. Everyone was saying like, oh, your English is good, because like the other English was shit. That's why that's like mine is good. It's just no one else speaking.
Was there any culture shock going from a place like St. Petersburg to going into the Mandarin Oriental in Macau?
Absolutely, yes. It's first 2 weeks I was eating McDonald's, like shock everywhere. Like the way how everyone's speaking. I remember my first fuck up. It's my first day. I was working there because I thought like when you're getting in a hotel, like I mean, like you've seen the movies, read the books, right? In a hotel, you're a head bartender, mixologist, so you're like a face of the place. I was a head bartender of one bartender, and we had a bar and a restaurant. I was doing morning, afternoon, evening operations 6 days a week. Uh, I thought that I love Chinese food, but apparently I'm a huge lover of American Chinese food. It's like when I order my noodles, there was no cashew nuts and stuff, so I don't like it. And yeah, it's like my first fuck up was I was doing afternoon tea, and I got an order which was matcha latte, and I have no fucking clue what is matcha latte. So when you make latte, you put espresso and put milk on top. That's what I did. I put coffee, a little bit of matcha tea.
Oh God.
The girl took a picture and she left. Yeah, that's it.
That was it?
Yeah. But everything different. Like I was trying to get used to flavors, conversations. People in Macau they don't drink properly. It's mostly like pictures and stuff. There's more people. The places are busier during the daytime with the coffees and teas. So for me that was a little bit weird because like I used to work till 3 a.m. every week on weekdays until 6 a.m. on weekends, and we were just making like 500 cocktails a day, something like that. And yeah,
And now you're a barista.
n-
Head
now I'm
mixologist barista.
yeah. Putting drinks in a popcorn bag, like and put popcorn on top so people can actually take a picture of that. Very
So
nice.
so Instagram is much more important
Oh yeah.
in this part of the world.
So, well, my first impression was that actually people want to show that they socialized. So that's why they posting everything, stories, and I, I've seen like all these fake smiles and whatever, especially in hotels. It's super luxury, right? So you go there, you know that you're gonna be treated well, especially in Mandarin. Everything is expensive, so this is kind of yeah, it is what it is.
And so you were in Macau, you went through this whole period. I believe that sometimes the first year is the hardest. You miss your friends, you're kind of
Whoa.
settling in and stuff, right?
So I moved not by myself.
Yep.
So I was in a relationship, and that was a little bit tough for my girlfriend. So she was like, "Oh, so what are you gonna do? Like, you planning to go? You're gonna leave me here?" And I was like, "No, no, you can go with me." She was like, "Yeah, but like, I started to read a lot, so there's problems with visas and stuff." Because Hong Kong was like the destination we want to try, right? So we all decided like, okay, cool, Macau is not far away, maybe 1, maybe 2 years, and then we'll see if we can move to Hong Kong. And Hong Kong is an amazing city because there's a lot of benefits here. There's like such as dependent visa for your spouse, for example, right?
Right.
So I said, fuck it, let's get married and just move to Macau.
So yeah, so obviously it's tough in your relationships, all those things. Is there anything from a professional perspective other than the language you used that you think was the biggest shocker of between the two countries?
Oh yeah, the university I finished. This is like, because like everyone complains in Russia, like, oh, why we need to get a degree? It's never gonna help. I'm a lawyer. I finished 5 years of law school. I'm a custom lawyer. I promised to my family. My mom, she used to work for customs, and she said like, just finish it, get the certificate. You're gonna need it. And everyone normally say like, why the fuck I need it, right? I'm a bartender.
I'm gonna drop out.
This is like one of the best things I made in my life. I finished the uni and I can work anywhere. Like first thing on interview, they asked me, "Do you have a diploma?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." I was like, "Oh, okay, no problem. Then it's good." Because I was trying to hire a guy from Russia, and he is one of the best guys I ever met as a bartender, as an encyclopedia. He used to work in a 50 best bar, but he doesn't have a degree. so I couldn't get visa for him.
So the visa requirements for Hong Kong.
It's actually all of this, like we always talk about like, oh, the competition, certificates, blah blah blah. It's helping so much when you have an interview and applying for visa. My CV right now with all the stuff that I've done in my life, I have it always on my laptop if I gonna need to renew my visa. And it just takes like this. If you don't have it, you need to prove to Hong Kong government that actually this is a professional and we need this person here in this country and we need to provide him visa. That was like one of the biggest shocks.
And what brought you to Hong Kong? Was it a hotel? Was it an independent bar?
It was a so it was a very, very successful year for Macau, just in general. I think that was the best year for that country. I went to GM and I said that there's a new bar opening in Hong Kong in Mandarin Oriental, and I'm thinking that I want to try it out. Can I transfer? And she was like, we need to talk about it and think about it, but you need to give me more time. And then I understand that this guy is already with contract, so I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, and Hong Kong always hiring, right? I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted to work in a lobster bar that time. Like, I really love lobster. So I actually just called to a manager and I knew her. So Sophie used to work there, and I was like, hey, you guys hiring? He was like, yeah, we're hiring bartenders. I was like, cool, I'm a bartender. She was like, oh, no, but like, we have a head bartender already. I was like, no, I'm a bartender. Doesn't matter how much money, just give me a visa. I want to work in that bar. She's like, oh yeah, hotel policies, we can't give visa just to a bartender position. We need to give you a higher title. We have already a head bartender, a manager. And I'm like, you sure? Like, maybe I'm okay living in dormitory and just work there. I just want to work there, and that's it. Papa Charlie used to work.
Yeah, I know.
So I wanted to work with all of them. And then they said like, oh, okay, cool. Like, listen, there's a sister property, Kerry Hotel. They're looking for head bartender. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let me check out the hotel. I took a ticket to Hong Kong. You saw the venues before.
Yeah.
Obviously, the location is different, but view is amazing. So yeah, that's it. So they offer me a contract. I came to my bosses and said like, listen, I just gonna do it for my wife, for my future. I just want to try it out, and I'm gonna move. Done.
And so you were at the Kerry, then you moved away. So then there came a period known as the old man period.
Old man, yeah.
Yeah, and so you took over after Agong and the team had left.
Yeah.
So what was it like? What made you take the job? What's it like? Do you still get comparisons? Like, how do you? It was 3 years ago now, right?
Yeah.
So tell me everything.
Yeah, that was scary. So no one wanted to take over the job. Most of the times happens with the bar, especially when it's that small, it can just shut down, right? So what I thought is like, I have nothing to lose. This is something that I really want to try, and why not? It was just like this. I just said like, yeah, cool, I can do. Because again, coming back to the thing that I was like, oh, I want to work in this place because there's a mentor, and then, no, you don't need it. So I said like, if everyone's saying that I don't need a mentor, so fuck the mentor. That means that I'm already a mentor. I don't know. So it was very scary because I didn't know exactly what I need to do on the first place. So I was asking a lot of questions. I didn't know who to ask as well. So I was just taking my time. And at some point I realized that, well, just for example, like my first 2 weeks, we were having guests who were just living because they were like, oh, they're not working here anymore. So, okay, we're gonna go, which is emotionally pretty bad. Also, the whole entire team started to resign because they were just following their mentors, and I respect that. That's absolutely fine. I will do the same. So I put myself in a position when like, oh, okay, cool. So it seems like we're just gonna start everything from the beginning. So with the COVID, we kind of had to shut down the bar for some time, which gave us a chance to rethink what we want to do. I started to read all the Hemingway's books. I started to, I never worked on the rotavabs before, so I started to just study and learn. So COVID gave me some time to practice, which was good. And also, slowly we made like 50 events that year everywhere. Just, I told like, okay, cool, because I understand the concept. We're gonna try to show how I understand the concept. Hemingway is a traveler. That's why Old Man is traveling all the time. If the borders are closed, we still have the whole city. So we're gonna travel the whole city. Went on the Llama Island, Kowloon side. Like everyone was just coming to me and saying like, Nick, do you know how to say no to people?
So a quick question about that, because very often when you're not an owner, right? When you have shareholders and owners that are involved, there's a sense of ownership of human beings. They sometimes feel like they own the staff. And I'm not saying every company is the same. It sounds like this company was like specifically freedom based. Like, how did you negotiate that freedom?
I mean, before everything started, we had a very, very proper chat. I understood the problem that they had with the previous guys, and I found a solution to be open and talk about everything what's happening. We literally still having every month meetings, and we're talking about what's the plan, how it's gonna go. And when it's something on the side, it still can be beneficial for your brand, right? So you just, as long as you respect your brand, you can do whatever you want. It's same like with this project. This is my own baby, right? So it's a side project, but it's still crossover with the Old Man because we use the same facilities, we use the same team. Like, you saw Art is working here, Ben is helping out. We have the same lab for the both places. We're traveling right now with 2 brands, and we just want to expand the team.
Well, that's what I was gonna. That's why I'm asking that question, because you've opened a bar 3 doors up from a bar that you're still in charge of now.
Yeah.
With the same investors?
No, it's different.
How do you get there? What if, like, do you have a magic fucking spell? Like, what's the secret sauce?
Honestly, we had a chat about that, and the guys saw that everything is coming back to normal. Like, this year is insanely successful for Old Man, and I spent 3 years bringing it back. So, and I told them that, everyone wants to have more. We want to have better conditions, like simple, I want to earn more money, but there is so much thing we can earn from a small place. And I'm not just going to constantly like, well, can I have a raise or can I? No, this is not sustainable. Like, I have a big team right now. I need to feed them as well. I need to motivate them. If they want, I want them to stay, I need to develop them, right? And it's also a financial thing as well. So I told like, oh, okay, cool. So we need to grow. And I absolutely love Hong Kong, and I'm not planning to leave Hong Kong, right? So for me, I love this neighborhood, so I'm more than happy to develop the neighborhood. I told that we need to open another bar. And I think if we can do it as close to Old Man, it's going to be better because we'll have a queue outside right now. It's a great concept there. We can think about how we can just highlight it better, just, combine it all together. And they said it's a good idea. We started to investigate, looking for space. I started to write down concept with Sean 1 year ago, and the guys. So then at some point they said like, we think that everything is fine and like we financially okay, we don't want to invest right now. And I was a little bit pissed because I said like, listen, I really, really want to do that. And they actually thought that like I'm so into opening something new so I can leave the place. They offered me to do it by myself. We have a commitment. We discuss everything. Everything is written on the paper. What we can do, how we can do. As long as both brands working fine, there's no problem. As long as you talk to your partners, there's no problem.
So transparency, communication, and clarity.
Yeah. When we were talking and explaining everything, I said that, well, this is maximum what I can get from this place already. So if I want to get more, we're gonna open one more place, and then by having like 2-3 small businesses, you can get enough money that you need. And also, my goal is more to have a bigger team. Like Old Man right now has like 16 people in the team, half of them part-timers, but we all treat them like a full-timers. And this is great. Like, we letting people to choose when they want to work and they actually want to work. And you're not actually forcing like, oh, come on Friday and work. No, they're saying like, oh, we have schedule like this, and the people coming and they just happy.
Okay, so now suddenly, let's. What is the concept of Dead Poets?
Dead Poets is a tribute to dead artists. We don't use it as a dead poet society, as everyone think. No, it's more dedicated to artistic people. I'm a huge fan of music. I love movies. I love to read books, and this is one of the main inspiration for creating the drinks and the vibes here. As I said, like oh man is more complicated. Here is more simplified. That's why, yeah. Well, how we make music, how we make drinks, we listening to music, and we make drinks related to artists. The first menu is inspired by musicians, so we have a vinyl menu which has 12 artists, 12 music tracks, and drinks. It's very simple. Like we're gonna use this concept for highlighting when they died, when they born. Yesterday was anniversary of Jim Morrison, for example. We were playing the Doors all night, right? Here we wanna bring a very good simple beverage program. We have nice cheap cocktails. We have great wine, which is also pretty affordable. We have good beer program. And we have an opportunity to rotate anything we want. This is we don't want to call it as a bar because it more looks like a space. The setup is unusual. We have access to outdoor area. We have access to do anything we want. Plus, one of the big thing, which is quite unusual, not super unusual, but it is, we operate as a barber shop during the morning and daytime, and then we transform to a cocktail bar during the evening. So it's basically 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. operation, when you can see how places just transfer from a barber shop, coffee shop, bar.
Sometimes the bar get open, they have like these big plans. Do you have some sort of big plans? Is the plan 50 best? Is the plan travel? Or is the plan
Our plan is
develop this space, you know?
plan is to keep developing the area. It's gonna take more time. Plan is to be very neighborhood friendly. We focus more on Hong Kong. We will do travel, but because we want to try a new concept, traveling with the barbers, doing trims and cocktails. We tried already in Singapore. That was pretty sick, and we're gonna go a couple of more countries and try to explore more. But it's just I just want people to be happy here and enjoy it. That's it. Like I'm not gonna put any plans in terms of like, oh, we want to do this and that. I mean, we see how it goes. That's what can be a lot of crazy ideas happening right now. I mean, right now we work closely with local artists. You saw a couple of artworks we already done. Have the whole outdoor area. Want to see how we can add more dead poets on the walls as well. Also, a plan is to take a rest a little bit. Just
relax.
yeah, just a little bit. Just enjoy, you know.
All right. I've just opened a bar. My next plan is sleep.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was it. That was great. Thank you so much. Let's see in a year's time if you still exist. Thanks, Nikita.